Good evening. Today is March 19th, 2024, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Teresa Moss, present.
Joseph Shank, present.
Chad Sexton Duranian, present. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'd like to thank all those in service, in past service, and also our first responders. Thank you for your service. 1.3, the meeting is going to be recorded, uploaded onto YouTube. We should be live also on Channel 9. And Chairman's additions and deletions, I do not have any. No, Eric, no, Joe,
No.
Teresa.
Executive session or something?
Hi. I didn't see that it made it on here, but we did change one of the funds for capital planning. The amount that was originally discussed before the board. It doesn't require a vote, I don't think, but I just wanted to make you
They
aware
were
of
put
it.
that on the second
Okay.
of April, just because of timing.
Right, we just wanted to
Okay,
make sure that we
that's
got this,
Okay.
this through, but yes, that was moved. There was another
I
item
must have
that was
missed the
moved as
Yeah,
email.
it's a couple of things.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Presentation, I think, from Jeff.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Let's see. The meeting minutes, there's only one meeting minutes. Which meeting minutes that she posted?
2/20/24,
220.
February 20th.
So we'll move the 227, 36, and 39 to our April 2nd. And I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes for 2/20/24.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on those? I didn't see any issues with anything.
Good to go.
Okay, all those in favor?
Teresa Moss, yes.
Joe Shank, yes.
Chad Sexton Duranian, yes. All right. 2.1 is, well, actually, we'll do the meeting of the appointing committee for the Neshoba Valley Technical High School. This is to vote on the reappointment of Karen Chapman for a 3-year term from April 1st, 2024 through March 31st, 2027 per the district agreement. We have Karen on Zoom. Hi, Karen.
Hello, Mr. Chair.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Thank you for helping us out yet another time for a reappointment.
My pleasure.
So we have Mr. Barrett and we have Jess for, who else do we have for Neshoba? Sabrina's in her office. So they are, they'll be part of the vote, correct?
Yes.
To be able to do this, so they don't have to, open anything.
Are they online?
Yes.
No other members are online. It's
Okay.
just Karen. And you two.
And you too.
All right, so I guess I am, per the bylaw, the chairman of the committee, I think. So I would call a meeting to order of the committee to appoint towns as representatives in the Neshoba Valley Technical School District. And I have minutes from our last meeting, which we did actually have last year. It's always kind of hard to remember to do this when it's an annual thing.
12-month-old minutes. That's
I
it.
didn't get to send them out to people online, but Kelly, you want one? So I would, I guess, ask for a motion to approve the minutes from May 2nd, 2023.
So moved.
Any questions, discussions, additions, or deletions?
Mhm.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Jess seconded.
I moved.
Just me.
You moved. I'll second.
Okay. All right. Anything further to be said? Nothing? All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 I don't know if we have to have a roll call vote. I know you guys always do a roll call, but I would declare that to be unanimous. Let's bring us to the main topic of our meeting tonight, which is the appointment of Townsend's representative. Again, Karen, thank you for your continuing resolve to serve the town and the Neshoba Valley Regional School District. Do you have anything to say or comment on things, or?
I'd just like to say thank you for holding this before my term expires. I love serving for Neshoba Tech. It's a great school, and you know, I love the town, so I love supporting the students of this town. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, while we're discussing your appointment, I do want to mention the fact that we're still looking for an alternate. We
Yes,
don't have a candidate, as far as I know. I don't think we got any volunteer response forms to that effect. So if anybody else is watching this and they are, especially if they're an alumnus of Neshoba Valley, I think it would be, you know, a great thing if they would volunteer to be an alternate, because right now we have both Karen and Sheldon serving as the Townsend's representative, and maybe once in a while the Chapmans would like to go out of town and not be around, so together. Anyway, if anybody knows an alternate, please volunteer.
any parents of kids that go to the tech, there's at least 100 parents out there that kids that go to Neshoba Tech. So
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, does anyone have any questions for Karen?
No.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Karen Chapman as Townsend's representative.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made and seconded. Anything else to be said? Not hearing any, I assume we're ready to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. It's unanimous. Karen, thank you very much.
Thanks, Karen.
thank you all. See you in a few minutes.
All right, Karen.
All right, is there any other business for the committee? Not being any, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, it's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
John.
guys.
Thank you.
See you in a little bit.
Thanks,
Yeah, we'll
Jeff.
see you in a very little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jump back up to 2.1, one-day special liquor license application for Townsend Congregational Church for the event to be held on 5/11/24. I've looked at everything that we had. We didn't have, everything was in SharePoint, right? So you guys
Yeah.
get to see all of that. I didn't see any issues with what we've had. We've got all the paperwork. We've worked with Tavern 13 before. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the one-day special liquor license application for the Townsend Congregational Church for the event to be held on 5/11/2024.
so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion on that?
I just didn't see it and maybe I missed it, but is that the auction?
Yes.
Okay. Do you used to have it with you? I've never, I've gone to it every year. I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, and they even had the map too, which was
Yeah.
important. We've been not asking for that before, so we know that it's contained. So if there's no
I
further
paid
discussion.
attention to the map because I'm honest, I go every year and I miss the alcohol.
All those in favor?
Teresa Marsh, yes.
Shank, yes.
Yes, Sexton Duranian, yes. Okay. So let me just get this out and sign it right here. Oops, this thing. Jeez. Here it is.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Um, 3.1, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Aaron Stetfield as Housing and Grant Administrator to the Land Use Department with effective start date of 3/25/2024.
So moved.
Second.
Eric, do you want to speak on any of that?
Just to say that, as folks know, Allison Weisensee was our housing and grant administrator. She was doing a really good job. Unfortunately, her situation changed and she got full-time employment. And this is a part-time 19-hour position. So when we posted for the position, I was hopeful that we'd get some good quality applicants. And with Aaron, I think we actually got an exceptional quality applicant, and we kind of lucked into a life change that she was going through where she was looking to move from full-time to part-time for, the foreseeable future. She was a town planner in Concord. So she has a lot of experience with grant writing and a lot of experience with project management. I think she's going to be a real great asset. When Jess and I interviewed her, she knocked it out of the park. So I'm really excited to have someone get into this process as quickly as she did and to be able to bring her on.
And with that role is probably going to be changing down the road in a few years anyway, with the way the Affordable Housing Trust has been working with their plans. The Housing Authority also is looking for management going forward too. So I think that's going to be a perfect fit.
Yeah, she's a very talented, very, very impressive candidate. So I think she's going to do a really good job.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Tracy Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes.
Chaz Sexton-Duranian, yes.
Welcome.
Welcome, Aaron. Yeah. 3.2, appoint Mark Vitale as a full-time firefighter paramedic to the Townsend Fire EMS Department for a term effective 3/19/24 to 6/30/2024.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. We received the information from Chief Shepherd and we're all set to go. So is there any further discussion on that?
Oh, why is it just a 3-month appointment?
We reappoint everybody.
Yeah.
We do all reappointments.
For police and fire, we reappoint everybody at
At one
the
shot.
annual town
At
meeting.
one shot?
Right.
Okay.
Around the time of the annual town meeting, we reappoint them for the next
For
year.
the whole, yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't,
Okay, thank you very
Bring them
much.
in now and then do it all one shot after.
all those in favor?
Tracy Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes.
Chaz Sexton-Duranian, yes. 3.3, appoint Jacob Riviello as on-call fire department EMT to the Townsend Fire EMS Department with an effective start date pending info from the fire department. What is EAF?
Employee action form.
Okay, so there's still,
I think we got that.
We got that.
So the updated agenda is just effective 3/19/2024 through June 30th, 2024.
okay.
Same as.
I'll amend my motion to a term effective 3/19/2024 to 6/30/2024.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on that?
Nope.
All set. All those in favor?
Tracy Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes.
Chaz Sexton-Duranian, yes. 3.4, reappoint Donna Howard as, I'll entertain a motion to reappoint Donna Howard as the Lowell Regional Transit Authority Townsend representative.
Effective 3/1.
Effective 3/1.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that? Do we do this every year?
No, we don't have to do Donna every year, but because she went from being a town employee she retired, so she's no longer a town employee, we wanted to reappoint her to make it official. that we
Okay.
wanted her to maintain this role, and she was willing to maintain this role.
All those in favor?
Tracy Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes.
Chaz Sexton-Duranian, yes. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jacob, Mark, and Aaron. Welcome aboard. 4.1, request for use of the rest of Chapter 90 funds for highway. Eric, that's all you.
So this is a request that came in from James Smith, who's our highway superintendent, for approval to use the remainder of the Chapter 90 funds, the fair share amount that we got of extra Chapter 90 funds we received from the state this fiscal year, and the pavement management funds that were allocated in the general fund, to do pavement work on the following roads. It would be to reclaim and resurface Blood Road off West Elm Street, mill and resurface Blood Road off Worcester Road, resurface New Fitchburg Road, finish a top coat on Coppersmith Drive and Penny Lane. The estimated total cost of that project would be $441,016.79. That would leave us approximately $50,000 for emergency funds for the remainder of the fiscal year. To be clear, so that there's no suggestion of a conflict of interest, I did want to make it clear with the board and folks that Sabrina Moore does live on Penny Lane. She did not participate in any determination about whether or not that was going to go into Jim Smith's paving list. That was the determination that was made between Mr. Smith and myself. And we discussed it obviously at a prior board meeting. The specifics are laid out in the documentation that Jim included. This would be the bulk of our paving for this year. Included in the SharePoint was also the allocation that was going to be voted on by the legislature for funding for the next 2 years. The governor, unlike has been done in the past, where the Chapter 90 allocation was an annual allocation, has requested the legislature vote a 2-year allocation so the towns know exactly what they're going to have over the following 2 years for Chapter 90 funds. And that is also going to include, in the proposal, another allocation of fair share money, which is, we got about $220,000 or $240,000 in extra funding for paving from the state this year. And so we're going to get that extra money again for the next 2 years, according to the governor's proposal that was included as well.
Any discussion on that?
Well, I do have some discussion, and I don't want to blow this thing up, but first of all, neither one of those 2 roads, Penny Lane or the other one, are town accepted roads, correct?
That's correct, not at this time.
All right, so, and I've had many people ask questions about that, why we're paving non-approved town roads where there's so many other roads in this community that are in dire needs and dire straits. So, and I think we had conversation somewhat that there was the bond that was cashed in, which should have never been cashed in for $30,000. I get it, we have to put $30,000 into that road. Do we have a real solid number that it's gonna cost for that road? So people don't think we're putting a lot of money above and beyond that?
Yes, so the official cost estimate from the highway department, which is included in the SharePoint, but which I have a copy of right here, is $57,968.77. That includes
I didn't print this. I did.
$50,000, a little over $50,000 for the resurfacing, a little over $6,000 for the catch basin work, and then $1,000 for adjustment of the water gates. I think when this first came up and Jim was looking at it, he was concerned that this was going to be a 6-figure project. But after he went out and looked at the condition of the road after, the snow had gone, and he was able to do a more detailed estimate. That's
All right, so I guess I'm gonna go right back to the roads not being approved. Once we put this money in, grant you we had to do the $30,000, I get that. The bond should have never been spent. However, are we gonna be held liable for the rest of the time where that's still not a town accepted road? Something goes wrong with that road? Because now we've top surfaced it?
Well, I think the goal would be to get the roads into a condition that they can be accepted. That's, I think, I don't think it makes a lot of sense for the town to put in money, not get them to the level of what Jim would be comfortable accepting.
And I get that. All right, so we'll go back, okay? There was 3 subdivisions, all started approximately at the same time. There's Copper Smith Way that was being done. The one in the sand pit in the harbor where the water department is being done now. Harbor Trace, and also my subdivision. All 3 of us were in front of the boards. And there was very strict rules of what needs to be done, all the bonds, you know, for the corners and everything. We gotta figure out how to do this so we don't, I mean, what are we gonna just say, okay, the road's good enough? I mean, it's a problem. And you accept that road, and then down the road, not being a town road, that starts breaking up or something doesn't go right. I just don't want to tie the town up. You know, we gotta be very smart of how we spend the town money. And there are a lot of roads in our community that need a lot of pavement. Someone should hold that builder accountable. I know everyone says he's gone. He isn't missing, he ain't dead. He's out there somewhere. Someone should find him and have him held accountable.
Yeah, I think it's less about the builder as a person and more about the entity that is insolvent. And so, you know, when somebody said, that's one of the reasons why people set up limited liability companies when they do this sort of work, is so that if something goes sideways and they walk away from the project, then we're left in a situation where the company that is on the hook is judgment proof.
We've got to be better situated in the community to make sure we have enough money to do this, fix it.
Absolutely.
We can't keep going the way we're going.
And so one of the things that, you know, when this came up, I actually had a conversation, sat down with Jim and with the planning board, land use staff, and specifically said, if we're going to be put on the hook for these things, we need to make sure that the bonds that we're getting are in excess of what it's going to cost us to do the work ourselves.
That's my point, Mike. We have to, because we, as a community, can't absorb a bad builder's bad behavior.
I agree.
I'm good. Thank you.
Teresa, anything?
No, I mean, we had the discussion about this and, you know, we're into it, to, you know, the sins of the past, I guess. And I will stand on the ground that we just have to make it right. And I'm thankful that it's, you know, I thought it would be more than an additional $20,000, which again, I wish we weren't in this situation, and I hope we do everything to avoid it in the future, but we are. Somebody cashed the check, and we should correct it. That's my opinion.
Okay, and I share both of your concerns. I mean, I agree that we need to protect ourselves for future issues like this. More importantly, though, I believe that we have to, I don't necessarily think, Teresa, it's righting the wrongs of the past. I think it's just kind of doing the neighborly thing. You know, it's what's done is done, and I just feel that in order for us to continue to move forward like we have been moving forward, we take the precautions. I've had discussions with Eric in regards to how we're going to move forward, especially with planning and all of that. And those departments are in agreement that this is what we're going to be doing moving forward, and let's just take care of this. And you know, unfortunately, it's in the situation that we're in. But I think fortunately we can make a decision. We have a relatively small economic price to pay for this. It could be a lot worse.
It could be.
So, and having said that, if there's no other comment, all those in favor?
Teresa Amos, yes?
Shank, yes.
Chaz Sexton Durante, yes. And I'll pass these around after for our signature. These are for each individual project that we have to sign off on, just so we have them. Thank you. 4.2 surplus request for highway.
This is a surplus request that came in from the highway department. It's fairly straightforward. It's for three items: the McConnell PA 91 mower, a 1950s generator, and a homemade boom trailer that was kind of welded together by some of the highway staff. And in abundance of caution, because we're not exactly sure whether or not there's any value to this, we wanted to bring it to the board just so the board could vote to surplus these items. The mower may have a surplus value. Jim's not sure if the generator or the boom trailer have a surplus value, but if they do, we're going to try to get scrap funds for it. So I think it's pretty straightforward. So we just need a motion to approve the surplus request from the highway department.
So moved.
Second?
Any further discussion on it?
No.
All those in favor?
Teresa A. Marsh, yes.
Joe Shank, yes.
Chad Sexton Duranian, yes. 4.3, I asked Eric to give us a quick update on the, I had received several communications in regards to where the select board is with the energy aggregation project. And I thought Eric can give us a quick update on that.
Yes. So right now, our consultant, Good Energy, we've been working with Ross as our agent, but our consultant is Good Energy. They have filed the plan with DPU. It is currently in the public comment period. That public comment period ends on March 25th. And so after that, so we're talking about, a little bit more than a week, or actually a little less than a week. After the public comment period, then the DPU can move towards the approval of the plan. After that, after the plan is approved, the next step would be working with Good Energy to talk about when the appropriate time for the town to go out for a quote would be. And that is going to be the point at which we're going to get some real pricing for the residents to be able to know what kind of energy savings we can accomplish with the plan. But right now, it's still up for public comment. So that's
And we had, it's cyclical because bills came out, and when bills come out, that's when we get the question, where are we at with the aggregation?
Bills are
So,
expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Holy
I know.
smoly.
Yeah, and we're working on it. So
Yeah.
I think that the process actually is going along the way it
Yeah.
should. I think it's quicker than I expected as far as where we're at. So once we get approved, I think it'll move in rapid fashion. Thank you, Eric, for that.
Have you, seen anything lately? I know that I was reading an article and they were saying that the, energy aggregation costs, are significantly increasing. Have you seen any, thing from Good Energy or what they are right now? Or any ideas?
I haven't. No, because we're not really at the point where we're looking for pricing. Anything now would be a little premature to try to figure out what the pricing is about that. I do know that when we went out as a town and put all our town buildings out for bid, we got a price that was a significant discount on what we were getting from Unitil. So that's the last kind of real numbers we had was when we did that.
And we're locked in with that for 3
It
years.
was a 3-year term that we locked in for, and that term, by the way, is looking better every year as it goes by, and the Unitil's rates are not going down. So I certainly, they've been very communicative with us. I think that as we get closer to a time when we're going to be going out to bid, I would ask them to come back in and talk to the board about what the market looks like at that time and what they expect to have as a reasonable expectation, so that to get the best deal for the town.
Okay, thank you very much.
5.1, town administrator updates and reports.
I'm all set.
You're all set. 5.2, next meeting will be April 9th, 2024. And again, Teresa will put that item on for that. We also have a presentation from the land use office that we're putting on at that day too.
And I'll zoom in.
And you'll zoom in on that time?
I'll zoom in.
I've got you down in pen here. 5.3, I'll entertain a motion to review and sign payroll and bills payable warrants out of session.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Teresa A. Marsh, yes.
Joe Shank, yes.
Chad Sexton Duranian, yes. Okay, I will entertain two motions. One is to enter into executive session pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares, which he does. And this is in regards to Clark versus Town of Townsend. And the other motion is executive session pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body, and the chair so declares, which he does. And this is in regards to Water and Highway Union MOUs.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
And adjourn from.
And adjourn from,
Executive
yes,
session.
and adjourn from executive
Teresa
session.
Amos, yes?
Joe Shank, yes.
Chad Sexton Reed, yes.